Hey, Bruce Pardo here again with video 7 in our 9-part series on emotional mastery with heart fluency. So, have you ever been around a freaked out or upset child and just noticed the amount of energy that's moving through their little bodies? So, have you ever felt like, emotional intensity for yourself is just like one of those upset children? So, we've been talking about the heart of the heart as our source of unconditional nourishment and resourcing, and that it's like the sky that can hold and receive all clouds. Well, a way to humanize and contextualize that for us in a really useful way is to think of the heart of the heart as being like a very mature, loving adult who is holding space for an upset or freaked out real world child. And so, what does an adult do for an upset child? They bring them in, they're curious, they really hold space and a sense of balance so that that child just has the right conditions and feels safe so that it can just allow its energy to flow through and unwind, cry it out maybe. And then when they're done, there's this sense of relief. And so often, little kids, after a release like that, will just go right to sleep. Um, our internal world are just like that external adult with the internal child. And you know what happens though so often, it's such a shame, is that when that upset child arises, when that old pattern of like unworthiness or shame or guilt or fear or anxiety arises, it's like, I don't want to feel that. And, we'll do whatever we can to get away from it. And it's kind of like we're telling that child, hey, it's not okay for you to feel the way that you do. Get the heck out of here. I don't want to ever see you like this again. Go to your room. Don't bother me with this anymore. It's not okay for you to be how you are. And so the child may go back to its room. We may be able to suppress it for a while, but it sits in there and it just gets more freaked out and neurotic. And so it's just heartbreaking that this is what we're doing to ourselves and our internal children so very often. And so this adult child model also has some benefits. It's kind of like, when that energy arises, it's very clear that the adult is not the child. And so it breaks this cycle of the adult, or the attention getting sucked into and identified and overwhelmed by that child energy. In a way, the adult is providing some boundaries and saying, hey, it's okay for you to be how you are, but I'm not going to give you the keys to the car. You can't have the steering wheel. You can be right here for as long as it takes for you to unwind, but I'm the adult and I'm holding the space. This is incredibly, any parent who's ever had to hold boundaries for their children knows that this is absolutely vital. So I encourage you over this week, when emotional intensity arises, imagine that you're, holding it like a loving adult. Be with it at your heart space initially and be with it at that level of sensations and see if that's helpful for you. Next week, we're going to look at actually how things heal all the way down to their roots, how neural networks work, neuroplasticity, and how heart fluency really taps that natural innate process that we all have. So I'm looking forward to seeing you then. Until then, be well.